Well, the second annual Wall Street Decathlon is scheduled to run on October 10th. Athletes employed within the financial services community will compete in 10 events to raise money to fight cancer. Last year, the event raised $140,000 to benefit LiveStrong. That's the Lance Armstrong Foundation. And Marc Hodulich, who's one of the producers of the Decathlon, he's a co-founder of the event, in fact. He is joining us right now to talk about this. Now, we said last year you raised $147,000, but it's grown sort of exponentially this year, hasn't it? What are your targets?
Sure. It's tough to pinpoint right now. We've had great growth in terms of participation and support. What we're really looking for is that right corporate sponsor, I think, to get us to that next level. We'd really like to raise $1 million. This year, I'm confident in saying we'll definitely surpass where we were last year at $147,000. It's just going to take, more athletes participating, and we have great participation this year and really moving to the next level with that corporate sponsor to back those athletes.
And we're showing some of the video from the event last year. So there were 20 people in the end last year. How many folks have you got so far?
Well, we've already well surpassed that number. We're going to cap it at 150 this year, and we really feel this is an event. There's no reason we shouldn't sell out this event. Wall Street and financial services in Manhattan is such a large industry. There's so many great athletes, but you don't have to be a great athlete to compete. I really think, more guys need to realize that it's just the cause. We have 40-year-olds, a 50-year-old gentleman who's competing who's a cancer survivor. Just for the fact of raising a lot of money. He wants to raise 25 grand for cancer research and doesn't care if he comes in last in every event. And I think it's really an event where even if you're only going to do great in one or two events, that's perfect. Be that the focus of your fundraising, come out and enjoy the day, because it's really something that everyone should be able to enjoy.
Now, do you think that this appeals to people on Wall Street in particular because they are pretty competitive, and so
Sure.
It's not just, doing a nice relaxed walk, it's,
you cannot have a better lead into that. It's such a competitive environment. You have so many type A personalities. And really what we want to do is we want to take those rivalries from the trading floor and put them in the athletic arena. We want to pit the best traders from Goldman against guys from JP Morgan. You want to take those firms and have their firms actually bet on their performance in the event.
I love that you can take individual segments of the event, and if you're donating in someone's
Sure.
name, how does that exactly work? You try and guess how well they're going to do.
Right. It's basically an over-under. So, say you're going to run the 400 meters and you think 60 seconds is something you can do. I don't think you can do it. Well, I can bet and give you $500 if you do it and $100 if you don't. And we really want to just kind of take that performance mentality. These traders and people in the financial services, they see their performance on a screen every single day. And we want to make those performances matter. And so it doesn't matter if you're only going to do 5 pull-ups or 25. It's really the dollars that are behind that. And that's really something we want to stress this year.
It's interesting that you're here on the day that we've been talking a lot about Money Never Sleeps, the new Wall
Sure.
Street movie. We've been talking a lot recently. And it's interesting because you have that image of Wall Street, and then you have this image of Wall Street, which is one of charitable giving. What kind of reception are you getting from folks? Has it surprised you at all from an industry that's not necessarily known as giving back? At least the reputation has not been
Sure.
that way recently.
Well, it's a reputation that's false. You see from our athletes, a gentleman like Adam Katz mentioned in the story this morning, who unfortunately just lost his mother. He's a guy who wants to go out and raise a ton of money. And you see the industry, his coworkers, and his firm support him in doing that through company matches. And it's a fantastic thing to be able to do that. We also have some interesting things this year where you see other corporations getting involved, like the Borgata is sponsoring a football throw. So the winner of the football contest will get a $100,000 throw. We're calling it Quarterbacks for Cancer. And the winner of the football throw will get a chance to throw a 25-yard pass for a $100,000 donation to LiveStrong. So we really want to bring in that kind of game of chance gambling aspect to the event, but also just open up the event to anyone who's a pitcher, who is a quarterback. Maybe your glory days are long gone, but there's still a lot of reason to participate this year.
Do you have any women, by the way?
In the event, no, it's just for men only this year.
Oh.
So,
not that I would be signing up, but
right?
In theory, I'm sure there are women out there.
It's a question that's come up, and I think, as we add team competitions, I think that next step is adding age groups, and then if there's enough interest, of course, adding women to the competition as well.
Do you find that most of the people who sign up do have a personal connection to cancer?
Almost everyone does, but it's not a prerequisite. As you read in the story this morning, Adam had no connection to cancer when he contacted us a year ago, and it's something that affects all of us. And I think Dave and I really want to put a focus on raising that money and raising the awareness, because unfortunately there's no cure for it yet. And it's going to continue to affect us, and I think that's why we really need the industry to rally around this and quite honestly get a named sponsor.
All right.
Name the event.
All right, Marc Hodulich, thanks a lot for coming to talk to us about it. The event is on October 10th. It's the Wall Street Decathlon, so you still got a little time to sign up.